Well, here we are talking about Mortal Kombat 2. I'm just back from the cinema watching it and I had a fantastic time. This movie was so much fun. From the very start, the fight at the very start, I won't give anything away, but it was incredible. Incredible. The only thing I wish for more in this movie was if John Wick somehow could come over and fight for Earth. I would like to see that. If that could happen, please make that happen. That was a great movie. That was a really fun movie. My only, I'll just start out with a nitpick, and that would be that kind of if you want, the world building. So, Shao Kahn was, he's the man, and he's running while he takes over a world as he does, and it's all very small. It takes part in like a town square that is tiny, and there's a few people, and you'd like to see if they could make it bigger. If somehow they could have thousands of people, or they could have bigger sets or whatever, it would have made it more epic. But other than that, I mean, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. It was in parts cheesy and corny, but you kind of want that, right? It's Mortal Kombat. The acting was as good as it should be. It doesn't need to be, it's not Schindler's List. We don't need to have, the 10 out of 10 acting. We just need good, fun time. Like if you're hoping that the actors are having a fun time, and I think they did in this one. This was good. And the combat, yeah, brilliant. Absolutely. There's like that touch of old school, because I grew up in the time of the old school action movies, so I know how cheesy they are to look back at. And to see the combat fighting here, it had a little bit of it, but obviously more modern and much, much better. There was a couple of times where Karl Urban was fighting and there was a stunt double, but it was like you kind of should notice it a little bit, but that was, I think it was only one or two scenes that I seen that in. Other than that, it seemed like it was him on screen. So obviously he didn't do the crazy stuff, but he did a lot of it, I think. And fight scenes were brilliant. I mean, if you like the game, you'll love this. And I was a fan of the game back in the day. I can't say I was die hard, but I was like a lot of people my age. We just loved it. You played it in town, and you especially played it at home. When you got it at home, you were, it was that and Street Fighter back in the day. And I know Tekken came in after, but that wasn't my cup of tea. And if I had to pick between Street Fighter back in the day, if I had to pick between Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, it was Mortal Kombat. If you could mash those buttons in the right way, right combination, you were going to see something special. And this had those type of things. It was gory at times, and it was I don't know what, it's like silly a little bit at times, but realistic within that world, within the world of Mortal Kombat. All characters brilliant, can't complain about any of them. In fact, I would like to see a movie where it wasn't about a tournament, but more of a kind of journey movie, where a couple of characters get together and they go on a journey, because I think the characters are fun enough to do that, and the world they're in could make an interesting journey. So I don't know if they'll ever do it, but if they can take it out of the tournament thing and move on from that and maybe world build a little bit, I'd love to see it. And if I was to pick, I'd say, hey, Johnny Cage, Liu Kang and Kano, they need to go on a quest. Kano in this movie was brilliant. I didn't know what to expect from him. He wasn't a character I played with a whole lot back in the day. He was just one of them guys, but he was, kind of, I don't know, integral in this one. A little bit for the storyline, but more for the character interaction, which it was in a lot of parts it was kind of just very standard, but he was the comedy in it. Him and Johnny Cage, obviously. Karl Urban was and Karl Urban was, I mean, come on, that man can do no wrong, you know. I'm currently watching The Boys, and as time of recording this, next week is the finale, the series finale, which I am so excited about. My favorite show of all time for sure, and it's a bit bittersweet because it's the last one. But Karl Urban has been amazing in that the whole way through. I mean, who doesn't love Butcher, you know? And he was great in Judge Dredd. He was great in Lord of the Rings. He's great in everything he's in. And this, he just brings the fire. He absolutely brings the fire. Back in the day, again, Johnny Cage, not somebody I'd pick on, but he made the show here. He made the movie. He was 10 out of 10 for me. And I can't wait to see what he does next. I really can't. He's the funnest guy to have in an action movie or show or something. So we won't go on too much longer. Acting's fantastic for what it is. There's a bit of comedy there, but it's not overblown. It's not too much. It's not going to put you off. Kano is really the comedy of it, and Johnny Cage. Story is Mortal Kombat. I wouldn't expect too much from the story, but it's good enough. It is what it is. What are we expecting? And I will say the CGI in parts reminded me somewhat of Skywan back in the day. It was maybe 2000s, and their CGI, you know, of a TV show that would have had it. Was some parts of it were a little suspect, but other than that, it was pretty good. You know, it was fine. Keep an eye out on Baraka as in comedy as well, and how they fit him into it. I thought was pretty good. He was interesting. But yeah, that's really it. Is it worth going to see in the cinema? Hell yeah, it's worth going to see in the cinema and watching it on streaming afterwards. So grab your popcorn, grab your Coke, grab your chocolate and whatever, and go enjoy Mortal Kombat this weekend, because it is so much fun. And yeah, I'll see you all next time.